everyone, I'm Sarah and this is Budgetsew, where we create stylish, fashionable looks as inexpensively as possible. I haven't been out thrifting for patterns lately, so today I'm going to show you some more of the patterns that I've collected over the years, including some beautiful vintage patterns. But first, I'm going to show you my most recent make. Today, I'm wearing McCall's 6355 in a size 16. I purchased this pattern from Fabricland a few years ago and originally made up the dress for a Ginger Spice Girl Halloween costume. I also made a nurse's costume with this pattern. The link to those dresses is right here at the top of the screen. In addition to those two dresses, I also made the same top that I'm wearing, View C, with a 3/4 length sleeves in another knit fabric. The link to that top is right here at the top of the screen. This pattern includes a semi-fitted top and dress that have optional front and back vertical darts, self-neck binding, and optional invisible zipper. This is a Palmer Pledge pattern that was published in 2011. These patterns are known for their great fit. The front of the pattern even says, "Fashion that fits." Palmer Pledge always recommends pinning the pattern pieces together and trying it on. And that's what I should have done. You'd think I'd learned. This is the 4th time making up this pattern. Next time, I will pin the pattern pieces together and then try them on. I made the 3/4 length sleeve top in View C. I added 3 inches to the hem of the top so that it was longer than the other top, just in case I wanted to wear it with lower rise pants. I just don't want my back showing when I sit down or bend over. Even though this is the 4th time I used this pattern, I made this top up in a size 16, but it was too big, so I added front and back neck darts to remove the excess fabric around the neckline and eliminate the drooping. It also raised the shoulder seam so that it sat on the shoulder rather than the arm. I promise I will learn from my mistakes and I will pin the pattern pieces together and look at the ease of the pattern before cutting it out of fabric, so that the next time when I make up this pattern, there will be no need for the alterations. I didn't make any binding for the neck edge. Instead, I folded over the edge of the top to finish the neck. I'm very happy with how the top turned out, even though I made all those alterations. But in future, when making up this pattern, I will make it up in a smaller size and follow the instructions. To complete the look, I'm wearing Kurt Geiger shoes that I bought for $40 at The Way We Were, an elegant consignment boutique in Georgetown, Ontario. The skirt is Chapter 1 from the St. Vincent de Paul charity shop. My partner bought me my purse. The gold necklace came from Value Village, and the bracelet came from Susie Shear. My Givenchy earrings were in a Ziploc bag full of jewelry that I bought for $5 at a church Christmas bazaar. Now, on to the patterns. The first pattern I have is Butterick 5427. I purchased this pattern at Good Value thrift stores for $2. Now, I'm not sure the date of this pattern. Again, I can't find it anywhere on the envelope, so I'm going to guess that it's around 1969. But if you know for sure, let me know in the comments section. So this pattern is, I should hold it this way actually. This pattern is the dress with the look of a shirt, slim, pocketed, and front buttoned. So I love this. I love that there's different sleeve variations. I love that there's different lengths. I just think it looks so nice. So another nice thing about this pattern is that it has back shoulder darts, so it fits better in the back. Now that's something I have problems with in patterns. Tops gaping like in the front of the neck and also in the back. And I find that a lot of vintage patterns have those neck or shoulder darts, and the fit is just perfect. So the recommended fabrics for this shirt dress are soft or crisp fabrics such as linen, satin, crepe, broadcloth, silk, brocade, and synthetic mixtures. Oh, the next pattern I have is also a Butterick. It's 5383. It's a Maggie London dress pattern. So I purchased this pattern from Fabricland on sale. I'm not sure the price because I purchased it maybe 10 years ago. The pattern was published in 2009, so that sounds about right, about 10 years ago. It's a close-fitting tapered dress. There's two different lengths, so this one is above the knee and this is just below the knee. It has gathered sides. The actual description says that it has side front gathers, side zipper, and lining stay with elasticized lower edge below bust. So I think that would be really interesting to make up. I like that view A has the contrasting neckline, but I love the length of view B. So the recommended fabrics for this pattern are moderate stretch knits only, such as stretch wovens and jersey. The next pattern is a Burda style pattern. It's a coat pattern. Now this is in the larger sizes, so I'm hoping that I can downsize it a little bit because I really do like this coat. So this pattern was published in January 2012 and I paid 25 cents for it at Value Village. I love the length of view A. I just think it commands such a presence. I think it would be a lot of fun to wear. You know, you wear it open and it just blows in the wind a little bit. Maybe kind of like the Matrix style, but not quite. Oh, and it's pattern number 7240. The next pattern I have is Vogue 9644. It's a bag pattern, so there's 4 different bags and then 2 smaller zippered purses or bags. This pattern was designed by Margot Hotchkiss. It's also reversible. I think View D is a reversible bag. So I think that's really great. You know, you can use it in 2 different colored fabrics and really have 2 different looks with it. Like if you're traveling, for example, and you're taking photos, if one side is red and one side is black, you could have 2 totally different looks. So this pattern was published in 1997, and this pattern was actually given to me, so I didn't have to pay anything for it. So I am looking forward to making this up. I really like View A. I love the, it looks like tweed. I think that would be a great purse. So it's the one with it has a zippered top on it. So the recommended fabrics are wools, synthetic leathers, synthetic suede, velvet, and velveteen. The next pattern is a lovely vintage pattern. It's Simplicity 7467. It was published in 1976 and I paid 25 cents at Value Village thrift stores for it. What's interesting about this pattern is right at the bottom there's a sticker and it says vintage pattern D142 $5, and there's a picture of a bee on it. So somebody paid $5 for this and then donated it, and I paid $1/4 for it. So I love this. This is a very feminine pattern. It says it's a 2-piece dress in 2 lengths. I love the top. I love that it has that yoke with the gathering underneath and the fuller sleeves. The skirt does come in 2 different lengths. I think I would make up View A. I like that longer length. Or maybe I'd make View 2. So View 1, sorry, or View 2. Maybe I'll make View 2. I do like how they've styled them as well. I think that's quite interesting. So the recommended fabrics for this pattern are crepe, crepeback satin, crinkled muslin, gauze, chintz sateen, cotton broadcloth, flocked fabric, and lightweight knit. I think that would look really interesting in flocked fabric, actually. That's a great idea. The next pattern I have is Burda Style 7252. I purchased this pattern from Value Village and it was 25 cents. This pattern was published in January 2012 and it's a fitted skirt that falls just below the knee with a pleated back. I love pleated skirts and I think it's very interesting that this skirt has the pleating in the back rather than the front. You can also see that it has pockets in the front of it, and good news is these Burda patterns come with seam allowances. So the recommended fabrics for this pattern are lightweight wools, poplin, and linen blends. Before I continue on with the patterns, please like this video and share it with your friends and family. I'd love to help others learn to sew and refashion on a budget and troubleshoot their favorite patterns. I also love showing the treasures that I find at thrift shops. And if you'd like to see more from Budgetsew, please subscribe and make sure that the bell is on so you receive a notification when I release a new video. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Budgetsew. Now, back to the patterns. The next pattern is another oldie but a goodie. It's McCalls 9777. It was published in 1969 and I paid $2 for it at Good Value thrift stores. So it's a sleeveless A-line it's a sleeveless A-line dress with darts fitted in the front and the back, and has a choice of a back zipper and a choice of 3 necklines. So I think it looks really great. So when they're talking about the necklines, it's the necklines in the back. So the front neckline is the same, but view A has a higher neckline at the back, view C has a V cutout, and view C and view B has a scooped back out with a tie. I think that's really, really nice detailing on this. The recommended fabrics for this pattern are printed silks or cottons, ginghams, denim, duck, linen, border prints, and embroidered border fabrics. So I think it's really nice that they included those in this pattern. I think view C looks really nice with the border print. I think this would be a great summer dress. The next pattern I have is New Look 6806. There's no date on this pattern. I looked on the pattern envelope flap, I've looked all over, I can't seem to find it. So this is another dateless pattern. So if you know the date, please let me know in the comment section. So I didn't buy this pattern, my mom actually gave it to me. She bought it at the Optimist store, the Optimist charity shop in Lucan, Ontario. This is a dress pattern with raglan sleeves, so you have your short or your long sleeves, and there are different details. So view B and view C have lace detailing, whereas view A and D do not. The next pattern is a Vogue pattern. It's 7910. It was published in 2004 and I paid $1.99 for it at Value Village. It's a loose-fitting flared skirt below the mid-knee length and has seam variations and a back zipper. So you'll notice that view C has little triangles at the waist, view A does not, and then view B has like saddle pieces cut out. I don't know what it's called, but there are seam variations and I think they look quite nice. The recommended fabrics for this pattern are lightweight linen, poplin, wool crepe, gabardine denim, and lightweight wool. And again, this pattern, because of the detailing, is unsuitable for obvious diagonals, plaids, and stripes. But I bet there's someone out there who could make it with those types of prints. The next pattern is McCall's 5008. It's a non-stop wardrobe pattern. So it was published in 2005 and I paid 50 cents for it at Value Village. You'll notice that the prices at Value Village have fluctuated. I paid anywhere from 25 cents, 35 cents, 50 cents, 99 cents, $1.99, $2.99 for patterns from Value Village. There's still great prices even at $2.99. To get a whole wardrobe pattern for 50 cents is great. So it has a lined jacket, top, skirt, and pants. I love the collar of this. It kind of reminds me of a Vogue pattern I have that I've actually made up. But I think that this will turn out quite well. I do like the pants. I think they look quite elegant. And the suggested fabrics for this are silk jacquards, wool crepe, gabardine silk, and linen blends. The next pattern is a simplicity pattern, and this one is very vintage. Now I don't know the date, but the sizing should tell us something about that. So this is definitely before 1967, I think. 67 or 68 is when the sizing changed again. So this pattern is a size 18 with a bust 38. So in the other vintage patterns it'd be a size 16 with a bust 38. So I don't see the date anywhere on here, but if you could let me know in the comment section what the date of this pattern is, that would be great. I think there's actually 4 patterns in this video that I'm unsure the dates. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. So this is a really great pattern. It comes in different heights. So you've got your short, medium, and tall heights. So that is the pattern is already adjusted for you based on height. So it eliminates the guesswork in adjusting the pattern and in estimating yardage of fabric to buy. So now when we're talking about the proportion sizes, short is 5'3" and under, medium is 5'4" to 5'6", and tall is 5'7" and over. So I would definitely be the tall because I'm 5'9.5". So I would be making the tall one up and perhaps adding a little bit of length to that. So this pattern is it says it's a Mrs. Suit and stole in proportion sizes. Skirt has left side zipper closing, soft pleats at front waistline, and back kick pleat. Lined jacket has 3/4 length kimono type sleeves, front button closing, and patch pockets. This is so lovely. I think it's gorgeous. I love that this pattern, the jacket has back shoulder darts. It gives it a better fit. I think it'd be very interesting to make up with the kimono sleeves, but I do like the darts in the jacket at the front. I like that it also has the collar variation. So you see on the medium one she has a collar, but on the short and the tall she does not. I love the way they're styling that with a little pillbox hat and the purse. I just love it. The suggested fabrics are cotton, blends, linens, and wool. And the final pattern that I have is New Look 6633. Again, this pattern was given to me by my mom. She got it at the Lucan Optimist charity shop. So I didn't pay for it, but I think they charged 25 cents a pattern. So again, that's a really great price. I did look on the pattern envelope flap and all over the pattern to see what the date was, and there's no date on this. So if you could let me know this is a 4th pattern with unknown date, that would be great. So this is a gorgeous dress pattern. I think it's lovely. So it has the difference in these 3 views are the necklines. So view C has a V, view A has just a regular collar, and then view B has a very interesting collar detail. I really like that. So the dresses have ties at the back to hold the shape a bit better, and there's buttons all the way down the front. I just think this is beautiful, and I'm really excited to make this one up. I'm not sure which view I'm going to make, if I'm going to make view A or B, but I might add sleeves to it. I might. I'll let you know. I hope you enjoyed this small sample of my pattern collection. Please like and share this video with your friends and family. And if you'd like to see more from Budgetsew, please subscribe. And if you'd like to stay up to date with Budgetsew, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Budgetsew. Thanks for watching. See you next time.